Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The Guru is Brahma, the Guru is Vishnu, the Guru is a God, Maheshwara, Shiva. The Guru is the Supreme Brahman. Salutations to the Guru. Today is the birthday of Veda Vyasa, and his birthday is celebrated as the birthday of all the Gurus. He, as we know, he edited the Vedas, he wrote the Mahabharata and many of the Puranas. In this Mantra Yoga class of ours today, we've selected the topic as perfection through Japa. Well, before we can start doing the mental repetition of the mantra, always remember that you've got to salute the Guru first. What is the Guru? Guru is one who dispels the darkness of ignorance. That is the Guru. Only God is can be the Guru. As Sri Ramakrishna said, Satchidananda alone is the Guru. But what about this human Guru? As you develop spiritually, you must be able to have, as you call it, Ishvara Buddhi, that you should not see your Guru as a human being. But since that takes time to develop, for now you can take your Guru as a channel for God's grace and mercy and compassion and love to flow through. This is the Guru. And we repeat the name of God, the mantra, which has been given to us by the Guru. The whole of religion, not only in Hinduism, the whole of any religion, anywhere, depends on Japa, the repetition of the Guru name or God's name. Here we have this idea that you eliminate the practice of Japa in any religion and nothing of the religion is left. And this is in all religions. In some form or the other, the repetition of God's name has been central to all spiritual disciplines. Well, this is the basis of all spirituality. Can this basis of all spirituality lead us to perfection? Obviously. Holy Mother says, Japat Siddhi. One attains perfection through Japa. And this is what even Swami Brahmananda, he says that the easiest way to attain to perfection, the awakening of the Kundalini, is through the practice of Japa, the safest way. Now there are two things that we must understand. What does one mean by one attains perfection? Well, you, the one who repeats the mantra, attains perfection. If the one who repeats the mantra attains perfection, that implies the mantra first has to become one with the repetitor. One who repeats, it has to become one with you. This is extremely important. Right now, the mantra is separate from you. But as you keep on repeating, it becomes one with you. So the first thing that happens is the mantra awakens. And that awakens that innate perfection. What is there in the mantra? The innate perfection lies hidden in the mantra, like a seed in which the whole of this tree lies hidden, inherent, and the tree gradually, the seed gradually germinates, pierces the ground, emerges out in the sunlight, and grows into a tree. It's exactly the same way that this mantra works. If now we can understand this, that perfection is in a potential form in the very mantra itself. You don't need to have any other means to make you perfect or make the mantra perfect. It is perfect. Like Swami Vivekananda says, each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest this divine within by controlling nature without. Do this either by work or psychic control or philosophy, one or more, and be free. What he says is, it is the perfection has to be manifested. And how does one manifest the perfection? It's simply by repeating with devotion and with concentration the mantra. There's perfection there. So that perfection will make you perfect. You, the mantra, join forces, as it were. It becomes part of your nature then. And then you will find the whole thing. Like a seed that always needs sunlight and water and air, etc. in order to grow, so also the seed of the mantra needs devotion and love, veneration to the Guru, veneration to the Ishta, and slowly keeps on growing and growing and growing. So this coalition, the you and the mantra, slowly comes in as you keep on repeating, and it becomes a part of you. You, the subject, and you have the mantra. Okay? The subject becomes one with the mantra becomes one with the subject. And this is done through repetition. Now, we are all talking about repetition and repetition and repetition. How many times? It has to be understood that repetition has to be a meditative repetition. Then it makes sense. We will, in our practice today, we will try this meditative repetition. But how do you know you are repeating it with devotion? Well, the mantra awakens. It is called mantra siddhi. And we have seen in our previous episode how to awaken that mantra, mantra chaitanya. When the mantra begins awakening, there is something called a mantra siddhi. Siddhi is simple perfection. Others translate it as the various powers that one attains. We are not talking about powers at all. We are talking about just perfection. So the external signs of a mantra that is now awakening are: one, first the mantra appears in fiery letters. Yes, you will see that same mantra in fiery letters, or in golden letters. That indicates that you are now in the stage of the mantra that has become awakened. The next is what purity is felt. It's like, oh, I'm pure, but I'm not sure, I'm doubtful. This purity is a tangible feeling. You will feel your body and you will feel your mind with waves and waves of purity rushing throughout. This is a spiritual feeling. And this, then what happens is the awakening of the Kundalini comes. Now, we must understand that Kundalini is nothing to do with the kind of some esoteric practices. Just a repetition of the Kundalini. Kundalini is nothing but a coiled power. The coiled power of the mantra, the perfection which is there, awakens. Okay. This is one of the signs. These four. Then, as the mantra has become perfect, you will find it repeating itself in the waking and the dream state. You will no longer need to put any effort in repeating God's name, the mantra. It will repeat by itself, and there will be no sense of fatigue. That has to be understood. There will be. So in the dream state, you will dream about this, you will dream about the mantra, you will dream the various things that emerge out of that are tremendous. This is the beginning of spiritual life. Once this happens, you have taken the step in proper spiritual life. Okay, and then comes the vision of the Ishta Devata. The Ishta, the chosen ideal. What is the chosen ideal? A form of that mantra is the chosen ideal. The sound is the external form. The nama, the name, that is, and then the rupa, that is the form. What is the form of the mantra? It always conforms to a particular god or a goddess. It's very important to understand. That's the reason why we are asked to repeat God's name while thinking of its meaning as well as visualizing the deity. It helps here. And when it awakens, you will spontaneously have the vision of your chosen ideal, that God whom you loved and you're repeating its name for so long, reveals within in the heart. Okay. Now, as these things are happening internally, what happens externally? Well, externally, what happens is, yes, there is one thing, you shed tears, and you shed tears of joy. These tears of joy run down the corners of your eyes. It's not from here. It's not tears of shame or tears of fear or tears of anger. They're tears of joy. As you keep on doing your japa, a repetition of the mantra, you will find tears running down. In Sri Ramakrishna's case, his whole shirt and everything used to be wet with tears, drenched. Imagine. Then the next thing that happens is, as you're repeating God's name, you'll find a kind of a horripilation. You'll find your hair standing on end. You'll find kind of a goosebumps, as they say. That's another thing that happens when one repeats externally. Then we have the shivering or the trembling of the limbs and body. Nothing to do with illness. These are the spiritual waves that are rushing up and down your body that makes your limbs tremble. And the feeling is joyous. There is no feeling of kind of pain. So there is a trembling or shivering of the limbs. the chest and the upper parts of the body becomes flushed. Sri Ramakrishna says his father, when he used to take the name of God, his chest used to get flushed. So that your face, your neck and your chest and your back becomes flushed, especially this side of the flushed, because all the blood is rushing up towards the higher aspects of your being. And then we can sometimes, none of this thing happens, but you can become perfectly still. You'll sit stock still. And amazingly, you won't even realize how long you've been sitting. You'll be just immersed in it. It has nothing to do with samadhi and all these things. It's just that you become stock still. That is one of the signs. The next sign is, as you know, sometimes you'll get into a fit of laughter. But it's, sometimes, when we cry too hard, it sounds like we are laughing. When we laugh too hard, it seems feel like it's crying. But this laughter is a sense of, you can say, release, kind of something, that joy that's bubbling up. You will feel, especially when you're seeing your Ishta, your chosen ideal at times, you will sometimes feel that you could laugh and everything is so now relaxed, and you emptied yourself of all other dross and you're free now, playing with the Lord. And then we also experience the kumbhaka. Your breath just stops. Don't get frightened about all these things. These are natural external signs. Your breath completely stops, your breathing stops. Nothing is going to happen to you. It's just that you need very, very little oxygen now for your body. Your body has transcended its ordinary limitations. Your mind has come away from the bodies and its needs. The body can remain as it is, in a state of kumbhaka. Okay. So these are the external signs that happens. Now, as you keep on repeating this mantra, what happens is, you must understand, every word is also a sound symbol. A sound symbol and a word. And it can be written down in a letter. That letter is, as it were, you can say, external, the symbol, the alphabet. Take for example, Om. It is written down in a kind of a symbol, and that is now kind of a letter now. The moment you say a word, the meaning automatically flashes in your mind. So the meaning, the word are always joined together. And then what happens? There is first the soundless state of that word. And from there emerges first the thought, the meaning, the knowledge of that. And then it becomes condensed, then it is articulated. Om. It goes back in its diffuse state, that's a silent state. It's not meant the ordinary way of silence. It is the field of potential. From that field of potential, from that silence, emerges sound. And sound becomes grosser and grosser and grosser, and then it's articulated through the mouth and throat and pharynx and larynx. And then it merges back into silence. So as you keep on repeating the mantra, it emerges from silence and merges back into silence. So these are the 4 stages of sound given. The grossest is called Vaikhari, the gross sound. This is here, but in the mouth and throat. And then it becomes, you can say, Madhyama. It technically is called middle, Madhyama. Its location is here in the chest. It is here that it is in a perfect thought form. The word has been articulated by the mouth and the throat, but its thought form is in the chest here. A little deeper, the first stirrings of the thought are likened to the level of the navel. It's from here. It's called Pashyanti. Pashyanti is to see. This is the first glimmer of that sound that is emerging as thought. Remember, the sound that you hear, that you articulate, has behind it thought. And that thought, the first glimmers of thought, emerge from that great silence. The field of potential, the coiled up power within you, it's called Para. It's in the Mooladhara, the coiled power. The root receptacle, Mooladhara. Vedanta would not kind of locate it in a particular position. They say your whole being has 3 levels, and these levels are: the first, the deepest level, the diffuse state of your being, from where the power arises, and that is transformed as thought, like that nebulous state. That from the nebulous state, things are getting coalesced around a particular part, and that nebulae is now coalescing slowly, and then it becomes into a kind of a solid object like a star or a planet or a galaxy. So this process is going on over and over again. You've seen the illustration of the seed. Okay, the seed, the entire tree is in the seed, and the whole tree now emerges out of the seed. Where did this tree come from? Oh, the tree, as it grew big and mighty, coiled its power within a seed, and that seed then gives rise to another tree. So the whole of that potential is in this. So as you keep on repeating the name of God, from that great silence comes out the sound, thought, sound, and then articulate sound. So perfection is inherent in that mantra. If it is articulated correctly, with that correct meaning attached to it and the correct visualization, this whole thing will become awakened mantra siddhi, and in turn it will awaken you, it will make you perfect. So there you are. You are by nature perfect, but you need a means to awaken that perfection, and that is done through the mantra, and the mantra and you become one entity. You will later find, when this perfection has been attained, you will see the mantra vibrating all over the universe. The trees and plants and galaxies and suns and moons and stars and everything will be vibrating with the sound of the mantra. You have now attained its universal dimension. Perfection means not a perfect body or a perfect, you can say, mind. Nothing. We are not talking about that perfection as limitations. Perfection always means infinity. Everything, all the limitations have been pulled out. That is perfection. Why we don't feel perfect now? Because we are limited. We are small, we are tiny. It is this mantra which takes us away from our smallness, our limitedness, our sordidness, our pettiness, and makes us broad and broad and broad and broad till we attain that universality. This is the perfection in mantra. Now, for our practice today, we will use the word Om. The meaning, as you know, it is a name of God in both his aspects of without form and with form. This whole universe is a form of God, and there is another aspect of that same Om which is beyond all names and forms. So when you are repeating that name and form, you are in a way are encapsulating the whole universe there within you, and you're trying to reach out to it. So try to feel the sound of Om slowly emerging out from those silent depths of yours, para. And as it emerges out, it becomes the first glimmer of thought. Think of it as the name of God in its aspects, various aspects. And then you'll see how this thing becomes grosser and grosser, and then it's articulated. So what I would like you to do is not just simple repetition, it is meditative repetition. I will do it 3 times, and then you will do it, repeat 3 times on your own. Then 3 times, once again, I will repeat, and then 3 times mentally will repeat. Okay? Repeat it 3 times, please, the way I did it. With love, slowly, think of its meaning. Yeah. Feel it emerge from the deepest part of you. And as it emerges, it's vibrating. The sound is there, it's vibrating, and your whole being is as it were manifested. That perfection in that silent aspect, the deeper aspect of you, the seeds of perfection are emerging out from there, becoming grosser and grosser, and then again merging in that. Mentally repeat this 3 times, please. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. So we need to again kind of remind ourselves, when you repeat your mantra, do it from the deepest part of you. Feel it emerge from the deepest part and slowly come out. So yes, can we overcome negative thoughts and emotions by meditation? Obviously. Do meditation, negative thoughts and everything will go. But at the same time, the whole of the day, don't think of negative thoughts. And then saying, I will do my meditation for an hour and all the 23 hours of negative thoughts will go away. Try to keep a flow of your mantra or your meditative mood throughout the day. So that will eradicate your negative thoughts and emotions. Yes, Swamiji, you have mentioned about Ishta Devata. The Ishta Devata, the chosen ideal, pictures available are drawn by someone. There may be different pictures but the same Ishta Devata. So is it right to visualize the Guru? The Guru will show you your chosen ideal. The Guru in his initiation ceremony will show you, this is your chosen ideal. Use that picture which the Guru has shown you. Okay, that is it. Those who have not been blessed enough to be initiated, take any name of God which suits you, which you like, which you love, and the picture, that very picture of that deity, and you can use it. There is one, you can say, original picture, the model from where a lot of artists have kind of copied and over and over again. Try to use the picture of that chosen ideal, the god or the goddess, as it were they are sitting in a lotus posture or seated. That is an ideal picture. So take the best picture. You don't go for all that, you can say, non-artistically done pictures. Take the most beautiful picture of that particular deity and then you worship. You need to worship, a part of that worship also, you need to visualize a Guru, but you have to meditate on, visualize the Ishta. That's very important. How to stop loop of negative thoughts and emotions? Well, start another loop of positive thoughts and emotions. That's the way. Okay. Is it okay to visualize different pictures of one deity, or should we meditate only on one or same? No, meditate only on that one particular picture of the deity. Take that one, because as you meditate, a groove is cut in your mind. Okay, and that groove has to get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. So that groove, it's called a samskara, a mark. That mark has to get stronger and stronger and stronger. Take one picture, please, and meditate on that over and over and over again. Is the mantra repetition the tool to see through Maya? Oh yes. Perfect. It is the mantra that dispels all your illusions. It happens slowly. See, as you keep on repeating, you will find a lot of misconceptions that you had about yourself, about people, about the world are disappearing. All your illusions, all your attachments are going away. This is what is Maya. And then finally the whole thing will disappear. Yes, the mantra is the most powerful thing. So thank you very much on this Guru Purnima day. We see you again next Saturday with a different aspect of the mantra. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.